Today I want to take you on a tour of the homestead area of our backyard. It seems funny to say that, and people might think it's even silly, but for as long as I can remember, my husband and I have always wanted to have a place in the country. We have come close several times, but something always stopped us, and usually it was an excuse of some sort or another. Somebody needed us, their jobs weren't right, you know, all of the things that you come up with to put off taking a leap of faith and just walking in your dream. Well, here we are now, past middle age, and realizing that we may never have that opportunity. We may always live here in the suburbs, and you know what, that's okay. We are blessed. We have never wanted for anything. So we decided about a year ago that we would just make this into our homestead. Obviously we're limited. I've said it before, we are on about 1/5 of an acre, and it is divided into several different sections, but we did find a place in the back here to have our homestead. And what that means for us is that we have 4 new chickies, 2 bunnies who are just pets, and a dog, and ourselves and grandchildren and children who love to visit. So that's where we are. And my encouragement to you would be, don't wait to live the dream. Live the dream where you're at. Someday you may have the property if that's what you want. Someday you may have the lake house if that's what you want. But right now you have what you have. Don't put off enjoying that dream. Find ways that you can make that dream come true right where you are. So I want to show you the progress of the homestead here at the end of June. So this will be our June homestead tour. You can hear we did get our chickies. I don't know if you can see them there in the background. So that has been the biggest excitement. They are still in the house at night, and then they come out here to the chicken coop for pretty much the whole. My husband and I will sit out here and we will look at each other and say, why did we wait so long? Why did we not do this so long ago? The chickens are new, and obviously Jackson is still obsessed with them. He calms down as the day goes on, and I'm hoping as they get bigger he will accept them. But for now, it's a little bit of a circus out here. So on that note, let me show you what's going on in the homestead here, June 2020. So let me start by introducing you to the girls. I cannot believe really how quickly they've grown. They are learning new things every single day, and yes, I sound like a proud chicken mama. We actually let my granddaughters name, I have 4 granddaughters, and they named the 4 chickies. The black and white one is a barred rock, and that is Maddie. The little golden one is a buff Orpington, and that is Daisy. The gray one is an Araucana, and that is Birdie. The red one is a Rhode Island Red, and her name is Sunny. This is the small bed that my husband built, and I overplanted it. I've already removed a couple of things, but this zucchini squash stayed. The pole beans also stayed, although I did have to kind of rig up a place for them to climb because I've never grown them before, and they climb. So I just put this twine and some stake poles up, and they seem to be doing so much better now that they have some room. I also have a Cherokee purple tomato in here. I had a Roma in here too, but it was just too much, so I've since moved the Roma. These are cucumbers. They're struggling. I keep getting flowers, but the fruit keeps falling off, and I think they're just overcrowded in here, but they're reaching the top, so I'm hoping now that they have some air that they will be pollinated better and the cucumbers will grow. So next year this bed will definitely not be planted this densely. I should have allowed for growth, which is a lesson learned. A lot of flowers on the pole beans. I have a couple of little tiny beans, if you can see them there. So I am hoping that now that they have reached daylight that I will be seeing a whole lot more beans. This marigold was actually part of a seed swap. It just said tall marigold on the little envelope it came in, and it has lived up to that name. I have 3 of them in here. I actually had to pull one of them because they were overcrowded. This artichoke seems to be happy here. I have one on the other side that was not getting enough sun. And this is my latest addition to my tree family. It is a semi-dwarf lime. It has fruit on it. It's first year. They will probably fall off, but I am so excited for the years to come. I'm actually getting quite a little orchard on our property. We have the lime tree here. That back there is a peach tree. I also have a lemon and an orange in a container. I just got this dwarf avocado. We have 2 apples and an apricot, and plus we have a couple of grapevines. So we've got the fruit covered. Now I just need to watch it grow and wait for the trees to mature. So this is the rabbit pen that my husband built to move the rabbits from the chicken cage over here to the rabbit area. We believe the rabbits are 2 males. We won't know for absolute sure for a couple more months, but they seem to be both males. The larger one, my grandsons, I have 2 grandsons. My grandsons actually named the bunnies. The little brown one, that is Elmo. My oldest grandson, Andrew, named him. And then the bigger white and brown one is actually Brownie, and my grandson John named him. So they fight a little bit for territory, each kind of taking their turns trying to assert who's boss. So I am like 99% sure they're both males, which is what we're hoping for. Although I'm told that sometimes males don't always get along together, but since they were bunnies, and they seem to not be aggressive towards each other, we're hoping. Both of the coop areas and the runs are under shade, which is good because in the summers we can top 100 degrees for quite a few days, and it's nice that they have this built-in shade. Plus it's a little bit of protection from some predators, although they will never be left out at night because we do have coyotes and we have raccoons and other kind of predators that might want to harm them. This sunflower was planted from seed. I had no idea it would get this tall. It must be close to 8 or 9 feet tall. I am quite amazed by it. I'm sure the neighbors can see it from the house next door. I put my melons and pumpkins in these grow bags. They seem to be doing fine, but I am dealing with this little fungus kind of mushroom, and I really believe, because I don't have it anywhere, I think it was brought in the bagged soil. I keep removing it, but of course it keeps growing back. I hope it doesn't harm the pumpkins on here. I hope it doesn't disease the vines. I'm trying to stay on top of it. Let me know if you've ever dealt with that kind of fungus or mushroom growth, what I can do other than pulling it out, and is it going to harm my my vines. This chocolate mint is the rabbit's current favorite treat. I have not brought it in for tea. I have a few different kinds of mints around the property in pots. And I just purchased this French tarragon. So I'm really excited to start using that in my cooking. The tomatoes are looking really good this year. Last year we had a horrible tomato year. I had so many vines and I've already have produced more fruit this year than I did all of last year. This is that San Marzano tomato, which I'm really looking forward to. I have several chili peppers, both sweet and hot, planted in this area as well, and I actually brought home 4 new tomatoes that I saw at Lowe's for 50 cents a piece. So I grabbed some more Romas because that is really what I'm planning on canning the most of. Along the back fence here, I have my blueberry bushes. I have 4 of them, and then I put in some more squash, cucumbers, and let's see what else is back here. I think a bush bean. So we will see. This one looks like it's doing really well. It has one blueberry left on the bush that the grandkids must have missed, so I guess it's mine. So that is it. That is a view of our homestead area. The actual planting area, I've already designed permanent raised beds for it for next year. My husband will build them for me in the fall. I will be tweaking things, moving things around now that I know where the sun is, where the shade is, where I want my potting bench, all of those things. And the hard structure of the coop areas, the bunny run, that is all done. So now I really know what I'm working with. So I'm looking forward to it. Isn't that just like a gardener? Already looking forward to what's going on next year. That is it for the June 2020 Urban Homestead Tour. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thanks for stopping by.